Hello and welcome back to the Spiritual Shit Show. My name is Julie Nguyen, and y'all, thank you for being here and thank you for being a part of my own personal spiritual shit show. And I am so excited to be able to finally begin to talk about what happens after you're out of most of it, like when you're out of the upheaval and the extractions of the pain and the trauma and the distortions and the confusion. And this podcast I'm really excited about today because it's, again, as always, it's literally what I am experiencing in real time, and it's the fucking power of a woman. Part of my pain point, which I do realize I don't need to keep revisiting over and over and over and over and over again. The other day in my meditation, I heard very clearly, like the guides were so stern with me, and they were like, close the portal on your past. Close the portal on your past. And I was like, okay, but then how do I move forward? And there's a part of me that has realized that I identify with who I am right now and almost use my past as a crutch for deeper spiritual healing or understanding. And honestly, to call myself out on my own bullshit, to be able to recognize that there's a fearful part of me about moving forward. So I habitually return to, oh yeah, I can't move on until I heal this. I can't step into my power until I heal this. And we ain't doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. Enough is enough. You don't have to heal everything, or that's a rabbit hole. So who are you now? And what this podcast is about today is who got you here? Who got you here? I have a friend, and she knows what I do, but not really. And she finally set up a session. I was super excited about it. I love doing one-on-one soul sessions. I absolutely love it. And I was like, I'm so excited that you're going to get to experience really what I do, like the full shebang, a full hour session. So we had this incredible session together, and she was like, that was amazing. Give me your invoice and I'll make sure that you get paid. So I sent her the invoice, and I knew that this was going to happen. So she sends me a voice memo back, and she's like, either you gave me the ridiculously low friends and family rate, or girl, right now you need to get on your website and change your fucking rates. Put your crown on. And I was like, I know you were going to say that. She was like, no, 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 no more of that. Know your worth. Know what you do. I am paying other people to do the same type of work, and I'm paying way more than what you charge. Get on your website right now and change your rates, and call me back when you do that. And so I can see that who I am right now, I did not get here alone. And the irony is, so much of my I'm healing from my past, and I'm healing from my mother wound, and I'm estranged from the female line, and I don't have guidance, and I don't have support, and I don't have unconditional love, and I'm seeking unconditional love, all of that. Yes, it's true. And today, I am just overwhelmed with this wave of gratitude for every single woman. Here I am sitting in lack of my life. And the truth is, I have had so many women show up for me in my life to remind me who I am, especially during those moments when I couldn't fully see it for myself. I have an abundance of women who have reflected my light back to me. I have had women who reminded me of my worth. And the women who told me to put my crown back on when I was shrinking, or when I was like, I'm not ready yet, or I still have some things to heal, or I don't know, I'm scared of my own power. Do sessions work? I believe in them. Am I crazy? And today, I am just like, wow, wow, wow. There is something so sacred about being truly witnessed by another woman. Not fixed, not judged, not competed with, but seen. Like somebody looking beyond your survival patterns, your masks, your pain, your bullshit where you're shrinking, and they confidently say, I see you. I see your magic. Put your crown on. And this, I feel, is what so many of us are craving right now, which is how can we be with one another in a way that we don't have to perform, we don't have to prove, we don't have to perfect ourselves, but in spaces where we are allowed to remember. Feminine remembrance, where softness and power can exist together. This is what I am powerfully experiencing, and this is what we are doing collectively. We are remembering who we are underneath the conditioning, underneath the overgiving, underneath the overperforming, underneath the roles we had to play to survive or to claim our position in life. And maybe the most radical thing a woman can do right now is to stop abandoning herself. I can see how deeply hardwired I was into lack, into questioning my worth, into believing I had to overperform, overgive, overwork, overexplain, still catching myself now. And I'm practicing being in the center of my beingness and in my knowing that I get to exist and I deserve love. And I understand where all of that came from. Yes, narcissistic relationships, family stuff. I get where it all came from. But damn it, I have spent years tending to my roots, nourishing my soil, my soul. And now I get to practice something different. I'm practicing seeing myself the same way these women have seen me all along. Every woman handing me another little piece of my light back, a reflection, a remembrance, a return. And like I said earlier, this friend who said, put your crown on. It was just like the way she said it hit differently because it wasn't about ego. It wasn't about superiority. It wasn't about becoming important. She wasn't shaming me. I didn't feel little. I didn't feel small. She was telling me to stand in my worth. Put your crown on. And here was another woman deeply stepping into her own truth and embodiment. She's stepping into her power because her crown is already on. She naturally wants other women to put theirs on too. She is genuinely and authentically supporting other women to rise. That is divine feminine energy. It is not hierarchy. It is not competition. It is not scarcity. It's remembrance. Women reminding women who they are. Can you feel the power in that? I'm going to say it again. Can I get an amen? Women reminding women who they are. There's something incredibly healing about stopping long enough to witness the power of a woman stepping fully into herself. A woman using her voice. A woman honoring her gifts. A woman choosing her worth, a woman no longer apologizing for the space she takes up. That kind of embodiment gives other women permission to rise too. And maybe today is also an invitation to pause and recognize the people who have helped you put your crown on. And when I had this experience with this friend, I was like, okay, my crown's not on, it's just in my hand. And her response was, that's okay. You just think you need a little bit more bling on your crown. But when you're ready, you'll put it on. What the fuck? How grateful am I to have women in my life empowering, empowered women to show up for me that way. And I bet you have women who show up for you that way too. Women who remind you of who you are. Women who have always seen your light, even when you forgot it was there. This matters. How we show up for one another matters. Who we are matters. Because none of us rise alone. I am because we are. And I feel that deeply now. And I want to say thank you to every woman who has walked beside me on this journey. Thank you for every conversation, every reminder, every moment of grace. You helped me remember. And before we close today, I want to leave you with a simple spiritual practice on receiving, because the divine feminine is really about receiving. In order to receive from life, we have to tune our personal physical instrument, our nervous system, our hearts, our energetic body. Receiving is a practice. And so many of us have lived in survival mode for so long that even goodness can feel unsafe. Love can feel unsafe. Rest can feel unsafe. Support can feel unsafe. Being seen can feel unsafe. So today, here's our invitation, just to keep it simple. And I want you to do this. I want you just to place your hand on your heart and ask yourself, what can I allow myself to receive today? And that can be as simple as rest, or a deep breath, or something that brings you joy, or turning off all the noise and returning to your family with a smile and some laughter. I can receive the gift of life today. I can receive the gift of beauty. Or maybe I'm just going to allow myself to practice what it's like to receive my own love. And maybe that is the crown. If you are feeling the pull to receive the support needed so you can confidently wear your crown, know I am here. Through intuitive guidance, energetic activations, and soul-centered support, I help others remember who they truly are. Because the work is not about fixing you. It's about reconnecting you to the light that has always been there. And again, I will say, we rise together. And don't forget, Energy Club gathers every Monday night online, which is a space to heal, practice, remember, and rise in community. Put your crown on, baby. Remember who you are. And remember, if the crown is just in your hands and you're not ready to fully place it on yet, it may just be because you want a little bit more bling. I believe in you. Thank you for being here. See you next time.